So Doug, it's almost impossible to have a conversation today without talking about AI. It's on everybody's mind, we're using it all over the place, and it is really changing how we interact with our security solutions and services. I'm just really interested to get your take on what Cisco's doing in the cloud space utilizing AI.
It's no longer just Cisco, is it? We made a little acquisition a month or two ago that got finalized with a company called Splunk. They had made huge advancements, as had Cisco, in the AI space, and bringing those two superpowers together to improve both the experience for users and for the teams using and consuming the information is going to be a huge step forward. So I'm quite excited to see where Cisco takes that alongside Splunk, right? Yep. The Cisco and Splunk better together message.
So are we. We are super excited about that acquisition. Big opportunities for us.
Yeah, absolutely, right? So I think there's some really good things that have been done there. But if you take a look already, like you mentioned before, the AI assistant we have in Firewall, right? Being able to take very easy policy. I want Bob from finance to get to Salesforce. Bang, rule created, written for you, can be applied and approved through the AI assistant for firewalls very quickly and pushed out, right? And then also to look back and go, hold on, you've got 3 other rules for Bob that seem to be overlapping. Would you like me to consolidate those into 1 or 2? What firewall admin doesn't want to take the hundreds and hundreds of thousands of rules they have and actually consolidate them? So some clever things that are being done there. But aside from that, we're also using AI to try and analyze and look at the way that users are interacting with applications, the way that applications are handling data, so that we can look for any anomalies within a protocol, the way that suddenly an application starts using a different database to pull information. That's strange behavior. Or that user accesses a different function within an application they've never used before. How do we use and do that? We spoke about identity earlier. Now start seeing how we apply that to the user analytics side of things and apply AI to actually being able to control how users interact and be able to pick up on any security events that are happening in advance or even make recommendations on it, right? And one of the things that we've just done is we've just launched something called Cisco Hypershield. And if you picture Cisco Hypershield as a blanket over everything, it's not something that's been existing. This is not a new trick or an old trick made new. This is something completely new in the way we're doing things, and it's an AI native tool, right? What we're going to be able to do is actually tie as close to the Kubernetes cluster that you have, or even within the container environments, get security controls right in place as close to the application as possible, as well as on the network and other places, looking at the flow of data, looking at the actual application and getting those security controls as close to that as we can, because what we're able to do is we've used something called eBPF. Right, there we go, using another acronym for everyone today, but eBPF is essentially a packet filtering type system that can be used, right? And we acquired a company that allowed us to do that in iSurveillance and Cilium, and we've brought those things together to be able to apply this within kernel level packet control. The kernel's the place we've always been told to stay away from, right? And the other thing we've done with Hypershield is we've not only taken the production data plane and been able to analyze that data, we've also created then shadow data planes. So what you can do now, imagine for version control, I can run version 1.1 and version 1.2 in parallel and see whether 1.2 does anything that it shouldn't be doing to my traffic on the shadow plane. And if it isn't, I can just flip over immediately and turn that into my production control. The next step it's also able to do is, let's say we want to put a rule in place for a particular application. We can actually test that on the shadow plane and see the impact it has, right? And then decide to implement the tool actively within the production data plane. But we're also able to do some unique things like virtual patching. We can apply compensating controls and see what's going to happen using AI and go, hold on, we've got this exploit in the wild. How could we protect this? And we can apply a compensating control and actually test it before we put it into production as well to make sure that we're applying that virtual patch. I hate that word because it really is a control that we're doing, but we're protecting it prior to being able to upgrade the application or the version of Kubernetes or whatever it is that we need to be doing. So huge advancements that Cisco is making in the AI space.
At the end of the day, it just makes the customer experience, the security analyst experience, that much more simple. And you know, I'm a big fan of removing complexity, and it sounds, although we talked about a lot of topics there, the reality of it is it's all removing a lot of complexity out of our customers' environments.
Yeah, and I mean, it's hugely exciting,
yeah.
right? That's why I wanted to share that's a new thing we've just launched. I think it's a whole new space, and it opens up a lot of opportunity for our customers to actually be more secure and be able to do things better than it's being done today.
And for those that might need to get through this episode really quickly, they could use an AI to summarize it.
Absolutely good.
Doug, thank you very much. If you'd like to engage with one of our security experts focused on Cisco, please go to data3.com/Cisco Security. Thank you very much.